Hey, this is Bradley Bush. Today we're talking about a classic algebra problem, which is using the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. So just a little bit of a review. A quadratic equation is an equation with the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So it's oftentimes called a parabola, and all the terms are taken to one side. This is called the standard form that I have here, ax squared plus bx plus c. And we want to solve for x, any x that makes this equation true given an a, b, and a c. And we are going to do that using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is right here. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And the b, the a, and the c are color-coded to show you where they come from. So you can see that the a comes, this one and this one, they come from right there, the leading coefficient. The b, right here and right here, come from the linear term, and the c, which is right here in the end, comes from the constant term. It's important to notice also that the negative out front right here is part of the formula, not part of b, and the plus or minus here is also part of the formula, and the negative right there is inside the radical is part of the formula. So let's see an example so we can kind of get a feel for how this actually works. So our example problem is right here. Solve this equation using the quadratic formula. So first we need to put it into standard form. And again, standard form is this right there. So let's distribute a little bit. Let's distribute the 6x through here, which give us 6x squared and 18x. The rest of the equation stays the same. If we want to get everything to one side, so if we take the 16x and we subtract it from the right side, and we also do it from the left side, the 18x minus the 16x give us a positive 2x, and the rest of it stays the same. Those are canceled on the right side. Now we want to add 8 to both sides to finish getting everything to one side. So on the right, we have 0, and on the left, we have 8 minus 9, which gives us negative 1. So this right here gives us our quadratic equation. And we can identify our a, our b, and our c. Our a is 6, our b is positive 2, and our c is negative 1. And we have them here just so we don't forget them on the right. Now if we plug in a, b, and c into the quadratic formula, just as a reminder, here's the quadratic formula, and we literally are just plugging in the a, b, and the c that we have into these spots, doing some algebra, and we have our answer, which is the solution to the quadratic equation, or in other words, the x that will make the equation true. So let's plug them in. We have b as 2, so this b right here is a 2. We have a b squared, so we have a 2 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6. But I want that 6 to be green, just because my colors will be really messed up if I don't do that. And then I have a c, which is negative 1. The final part is in the denominator, the 2 times the a, and again the a is 6. So let's put a 6 there. If we do some arithmetic here, outside we have a negative 2 plus or minus 2 squared gives us 4. The negative here and here give us a positive, and the 4 times the 6 gives us a 24. And then 4 plus 24 gives us 28. So we have -2 plus or minus root 28 over 12. We can simplify this a little bit because 28 is really the same thing as 7 times 4. So the 4 can come out of the radical and become a 2 out front, and we leave the 7 underneath. And that's what we have right here on the left. But we also notice that we have something that we can factor out of each of these things. Because 12 is 6 times 2. So we can factor out a 2 everywhere, in the top and the bottom. So we do that. We factor out a 2 in the top, and we notice that, hey, it can cancel with the 2 in the bottom, which is great. Those go away, and we're left with our answer. -1 plus or minus root 7 over 6. So this gives us 2 solutions to this original equation. 6x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. The first one is the positive 1. So we have -1 plus root 7 over 6. And the second one is the -1. -1 minus root 7 over 6. That's it. Thanks for watching.